Hey y'all, it's Nick the Paladin here. I'm just making a quick video real quick for some newer players in my guild and just trying to help those players that are, 20 to 30k currently in mod 21 and trying to tell them what they should be doing when mod 22 hits. There's definitely plenty of videos I bet you out there that explain the whole mod, and that's great. I'll explore that when it gets live, and I'll make a video then. But right now, I just really want to try to help these players that when live happens, they know what to be doing. So one thing that you need to be doing, starting right now, um, is just running as many dungeons that you can. If you could be running the skirmish and the dungeon queue, that is amazing because the seals of the wild will be spent to there. There's going to be a new seal that will be coming out for the advance and trial called Seals of the North. So you want to be trying to max out your seals so you can get the new gear that comes from there. They are 1600 item level. That's definitely going to help out a lot of players. Don't have to be the 45k to go into the new zone to do that. You just start running these dungeons right here. Everybody's item level when mod 22 will be jacked up by a lot. So as you can see, there's no enchantments in your gear anymore. There's a whole new tab that all of your enchantments are going to be in there. And your enchantments now can be raised to mythic. So you have 4 slots for offense, 4 slots for defense, a utility. A bonus would just be like recharge, speed, action points. I chose action points for heals. And then combat is you can no longer have an armor and a weapon. You'd have it either or, but the item level is vastly upgraded. So a mythic you get 5k. At green you get 1k. So you want to be a little smart because there's a trade-in vendor at the top left corner of Ritter's Enclave that you can trade in your old rank 15 enchantments, armor enchantments, weapon enchantments, and your runestones, rank 10 and above, all to him, and you can be getting new enchantments right here. The 2 big ones will go up there at the end, but just to tell you now, the 2 big ones that you want to try to go for, if you can get, for every 15, you get 20 points for trade-in, and if you can get to 240, so 12, if you have 12 rank 15s of any kind, you can get the 2 pieces that you need, which would be a legendary combat and then a legendary companion. The 4 choices up there ranging from green all the way to legendary. The green and rare, the uncommon and rare have all the enchantments, the combat and companion, but at the epic and legendary, the only 2 options is your combat slot and your companion. So you want to get these because this will give you the biggest bang for your buck right here if you can get to that. Regardless if you can only have 120 and that's all you can get, or you can only get epic, or you only can get rare, you go for your combat because that's going to be the more expensive item of all of these. If that's all you can afford, even if you can't afford that, it's totally fine. They made it a lot easier that you can go to the Sage shop in Protector's Enclave. I'll zone out so you can see where it's at. Boom. It is right here on the left side of Protector's Enclave. She's right here. It says Sage shop. You go in. You talk to this lady. Your first pretty much 1.5, I think it's like 1.3 some mil, you are going to be spending it on the new enchantments. Like I said, the old enchantments and everything are not going to be working. So you're going to be trading those in. There's a whole new enchantments. But As you can see, these enchantments are item level 300. A rank 15 of the old enchantments that we currently have, highest you can go is 200. So overall, this is going to be better. So you can get those, and that'd be great. But when you start, when Mod 22 hits, the good news is you have a little bit of buffer to not just immediately worry about this. You're going to have temporary enchantments. They're going to be legendary in all of these slots. So your item level is going to be very high just for 7 days, but that 7 days, if you were 30k and some, you could easily be 40k. And what you want to utilize at that time, if that is you want to run a Sharandar, get the Sharandar campaign started. As long as you start it, even if your item level goes down, you can continue in that campaign and you can just keep running it. You want to just max it out so you can get all of the items from it, the boons. It'd be nice to have. Regardless, it doesn't care if you're 20k, if you literally just turned level 20, you want to run to the new zone. Most of the time, it's not confirmed, but majority of the time, like this message right here, it will say by the end of January 31st, a whole month or so, they usually do a month, you can get into this campaign and you can do the campaign. It is in your best interest that you start this because they will increase you to 45k. So if you're 18, 19, 20k, like we're literally saying you are level 20, just got to it, they will bump you up to 45k when you enter this zone. And it's very desirable to do it because you can get your some boons, you can get some AD, and the big thing is they give you the artifact set, just a 1500 neck and belt, and then a new artifact that's level 200 that goes all the way up to 1200 when mythic. And it's a pretty good DPS artifact. Or artifact set when you're in combat advantage, so when you're facing behind an enemy, which when you're doing in-game dungeons, it's most of the time when you're DPS, you're going to be doing 100 magnitude more damage to that mob. So that's a very potentially sought out artifact set that DPS can run. That's great. So that'd be good for them. So that's pretty much a good rundown of those scenarios. Now, when you are doing the upgrading, so we'll just say, you got, you just got all these, you did 1.3 some, you got these to, green, you got all these new enchantments. Upgrading them is something that's pretty huge. So you want to do, there's a new glyph potency. It used to be called marker potencies. Now there's a new one called glyph of potency. You're going to have to be needing quite a lot of these, a lot of refinement points. And the preservation wards are still here, and they're going to be in these slots, which you would want to protect your glyph of potency. But majority of the time, you want to be using coalescent motes. Now, coalescent motes you can buy from the Zen store. You can get them from dungeons, and you can get them from like the Hell Pit event, and you can get them from praying. So if you have a lot of alt characters, when you're praying, you go to, if you have VIP, you can do it anywhere, but you just go to a campfire, pray each day, get to 11, you can buy one of these boxes, and I usually buy the far right one just out of habit. I like to stack them up quite a bit, and then when I have about like 20 of them, I just open them all up just to try to see if I get a coalescent mote. But it's pretty easy just to do a daily rotation of just at least if you just do it the first time, because if you do it the first time you get one, but if you played all of your character, if you played hours of the day, you can easily, by the end of all of, 15, 30, 45, 60, 90, you could easily be maxing out to get another one. But casual players, as long as you did a rotation each day, that's pretty awesome. It's 11 days, and you're getting a box on all your characters. These are account bound when you get it, so you can just send it to one character, open up all 20. And then you can get coalescent wards or coalescent boats that way. The glyphs are, you can buy them. If you were needing like a spare one, it's not a bad option to be spending 50k AD to be getting maybe those one or two that you're missing. Another option, few options are, and we'll just kind of do it from how close I am to the vendors. But another option is whenever there is a Neverwinter recruitment, you can be doing, that's when you level a character from 1 to 20, and you get currency when you do that, and you can be getting a glyph of potency. So each time you level, you can do it twice on your account, so you get to up to 200 incentive, Neverwinter's incentives, so that could be 20 glyph of potencies right there if you didn't have the companion upgrade or the mount upgrade token. And then that would be a really great thing to do for that event. Then, like I was saying, the Hell Pits, the Nightmare, and Siege of Neverwinter, these three events have the same currency that you get. So every day that you complete one of these three events that you usually here for 21 days, you can get a token of participation. And when you get 10 of those, you can just trade them in, get a glyph of potency, so I can get 3 of those. So right now, I could get 13 glyphs of potency right there. And then the very last one, which will be the most common way for you to get it if you are any kind of player, but again, especially if you're a lower level player, and what you need to be doing is to come over here to the Legacy Campaign store. So Legacy Campaigns, you'll just be doing all the Legacy campaigns that you should be doing. So you go to J, go to the 4th tab, Campaigns, and all these campaigns, you should be doing them. So you can go to this lady, and then when you complete whatever task, kill however many mobs, quests, do 5 quests or something, you can get some currency from her. And I have 55 medallions, so I could get 5. So I can get like 18 glyph of potencies just for doing events and just doing regular in-game stuff that can help me upgrade my gear in a much casual more way. So I think this will be very sought out. I didn't really max myself out because I really wanted to see what I would look like when I go live, because this will be the best I can with all my trade-ins. This is the best I'm going to have from all the coal wards, and I got a little bit left, so I can do a few more, but realistically I just wanted to see what I would look like. So as you can see, my item level jumped up. I think at like 60, I was at 51, 52k item level, and right now I'm at 62k item level right now, which I definitely moved some of my things around so I could easily be even higher. So, but still a very good place to be in. But your goal for starting out again is just getting that item level up to be 40 to 45k, so you can be running your more randoms, getting into better campaign, Sharandar, and anybody. Again, don't care who you are, just run to Dragonbone, and just trying to save up seals so you can get the new seals of the wild, which is the old Sharandar currency. And then the thing I did not say is when you do start doing random events, which your 30k you can do, and then with your 40k you can add it to your rotation, is the trial, which the Seals of the North will be in here. And the reason why you want to run this is because there is a new weapon set that's just from the seal vendor, and it's level 1700 item level, which would be a nice boost to a lot of players, and it actually has a pretty good weapon set bonus. So everybody gets 3% to Forte, but DPS gets 3% to power, tanks get 3% to awareness, and healers get 3% to outgoing healing when you're 25 yards or closer to your target. So that's very doable, but that's just a nice little bonus right there when you're running just dungeons. So you need 800 Seals of the North for each weapon, shield, or offhand. So 1600 total. You can only get 500 Seals of the North weekly. So 3 weeks and like 2 days, you could easily get a great weapon set right there. Don't have to be getting your Mirage or something like that where it's very rigorous, or your Lionheart. That's just a very easier way to get something to help get your item level up. But I really do hope this helps a lot of players out. I'll make another video a couple weeks in. I just want to see what happens in live. I don't really like to make videos prior to it, but this is pretty much probably the core of what's going to stay. There may be a few things that change here or there, but that's what I really just wanted to wait near the end so we can see what happens, and then I'll make a video more for about like gear and when you're actually at that level, what things you may want to slot, especially for a paladin or a tank or a healer. So definitely look out for that. But if you have any questions, please comment. If you are looking for an alliance, Knights of Radiance is always looking for new members. I would just warn you, we are a family alliance, so there's no swearing. We do not do any exploits or cheating. You will be kicked immediately if you do that, so please be mindful of that if you want to join, and please message me in YouTube here. We are a PC. We play on PC, so I'm sorry, console, if you're watching this. Do ignore the Starks of Winterfell. This is just on preview, so shout out to Starks of Winterfell by FYI. Thank you for letting me be here. Thank you. Alrighty, but thank you all.